Alright, taking the bridge to the hotel. We got valet service if you want it. But this is the Grand Helios. Or Helios Grand, sorry. Helios Grand Hotel. Here we go. Ah. Ooh, feels really nice in here. It smells really good in here. There's Aurora, the little marketplace they have. Alright, well we're at the end here just by these windows and we're just kinda looking out, seeing what we can see. There's some of the park, there's some Super Mario World. And then I think it's a carousel that's in the middle. And then there's the portals to go through, and then I think Harry Potter's over here. We see this thing. Alright, of course they have a studio store here, Universal stuff, specific Epic merchandise. We're working our way down here. There's a special park entrance and the security. Wow, very pretty, isn't it? Oh, fast elevators?
All the way to 10? Wow.
Maybe.
You need a key?
I don't know. Man, so the last elevator we're in didn't go anywhere, but this one lit up. And hopefully will take us.
Cutting kidney.
Yeah, they just stay in the elevator. 10th floor. Alright, here we are. Our Helios. Got a little waiting area, and we did have the option of indoors or outdoors. Now it might rain later, but it's covered outdoors, so. Alright, so we got our seats, our table, and it's definitely a wind tunnel in here with the glass on both sides and being as high up as we are.
You will flash your
Get our charcuterie here. I don't remember what they said was in it, but what is that? Pickled something, but I don't know what that is. Alright, so you guys just saw our drinks. They were delicious. We really enjoyed them. They really made some fine cocktails at this bar.
but the food was not to be outdone, which is sometimes the thing, right? You're kind of there for the drinks, and in this case, the view, and they kind of go light on the food. But I gotta say, the food was really, really flavorful. Like these sliders, for example, they were really good. You could see they're actually a pretty thick patty. It was onions. I think there was supposed to be pickles, maybe, and we said no, and that was, for me. But you know, they were well made. You could see they were cooked probably medium well, which is common for restaurants. We would have preferred medium rare, but still tasted really good. Here's the seared octopus that Mars' sister got, and it was quite delicious as well. I had a bite of that. And now kind of back to the views. I didn't comment though on the chicken, the chicken wings. They were also really good. The sauce on those were really nice. It was not spicy. It just had a lot of good flavor to it. Nice little kick. The views though were great. Yeah, we're kind of behind this emblem here that's on the side of the building, but it really didn't bother us. We could see, the whole park. As you can see from this shot here, we could basically see, the fountain and the rides. And this is a little bit later on in the evening here, where it's starting to get dark. I'm adjusting the camera a little bit so you can kind of see what we were seeing. So for us, this is our first peek at the park, and we thought it looks great. We also thought it wasn't very busy, and that's based on what we saw and looking at the app, like that roller coaster, the dueling one, which I'm sorry, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but it only had a 25-minute wait. To me, that's definitely one of their top attractions, and for Disney speak, an e-ticket ride, so I don't know why it was so low. This is a look at the windmill and the flames that go periodically, and that one's part of Frankenstein's attraction. This is a look at Super Mario World, and then a wide look at our table again. And again, we're in the covered portion of the patio outside. Little glimpse of the bar inside, and then just another look at the park again. You can kind of see the carousel there in the middle there in the lower left. Oh, and now we're inside. This is all the constellations up there, which is neat. It's a really large domed ceiling. The bar did look really nice. The atmosphere in here was obviously a little different. It wasn't too loud. Music wasn't too loud, which was kind of nice. We still liked our outdoor choice, even with the breeze that was coming through. I think we all agreed we enjoyed sitting outside. You can see it. The aesthetics in here are kind of upscale. Even though it's here at the theme park, I think they did a really good job of it. It seems to be a touch of like mid-century modern and modern. A lot of like gold accents. And then this is us downstairs. So we're outside now on the lower level, and right outside the main lobby. That's where we came in, and they had this kind of neat little viewing area that a lot of folks were standing out taking pictures, and so we were kind of doing the same thing. It didn't actually rain the entire time we were here, so we kind of lucked out with that. Obviously, this would have been more difficult if it was raining, but we kind of see the fountains just doing their normal thing. It's not showtime for them just yet. Someone said that this guy shoots his arrow via just like a light effect, and he lights up a torch on the other side of the park. There's a view. That's where we were. There was our table way up there. But I'm sure there's tons of elements that are fun. We are excited to come see Epic Universe at some point. And there you can see the spotlight shining up into the sky. Each like portal, so each land has its own gate and its entrance, and it has a spotlight. And then there's the dueling coaster in the background. That one looks like a lot of fun. Looks like there's some pretty good loops and drops and things, and so it looks like a good one. And a lot of different music playing out here, by the way. This is why I'm covering mine. I don't get dinged with a copyright hit. But we do go back inside, and we go to the Aurora Market for a little dessert, as well as coffee. We did have kind of a long drive back, and we wanted to make sure we were awake. Maribel and I ended up getting some gelato, and as you see, they're cleaning off the case, getting fogged up. They have lots of pastries and treats. They looked really good. I was very tempted to get them, but I got the gelato instead, which was delicious, and I got a cafe mocha for coffee, and then we hit the road after this. Here's a look at my gelato. It's like a hazelnut crunch chocolate ice cream. It's very, very good. They also, as you see, have some grab and go stuff, sandwiches and whatnot. And then here's the coffees. They also had cold brews and shots, espresso shots. They have teas, some more treats along the counter here. And then in the back of the store, some grab-and-go bottled beverages and pre-made salads and Cokes. So they actually had Epic Cokes, which is kind of cool. And then some chips and, that kind of stuff. And then they also had a Coke freestyle machine. So I believe for the souvenir cups and maybe just for a normal kind of fountain drink. But it's always nice to have the variety. They had these chips here in the far back, and this leads back to the elevators that we had taken earlier up to the bar and restaurant. But after we got our stuff, we actually popped back outside because we noticed the show was happening. So a lot of lights everywhere. The entire theme park dances around with lights. All the fountains dance around and do different things and effects. And it is quite entertaining. It's very fun. It's like the entire park came to life. And it's very interesting to notice some spotlights shining up. They're all different colors representing. Here's our parking, and I'll explain this in a minute. Alright, hey guys, Future Nate here. But the parking, so first and foremost, they are very clear. They do not want people parking here who are not hotel guests and who are not specifically coming to eat at the restaurants or bar. And then how they do that is it's a 4-hour maximum parking time. And if you go over that, or if you do not get your parking validated, it is $125. So pretty clear, pretty obvious. Don't park here if you're trying to go to the parks all day. I don't know how it works if maybe one of you is staying at the hotel and then maybe you have a guest over, or if you're allowed to have any. I'm not sure how that works. But if you're coming here just to go to Helios like we did, definitely get it validated. And on that note, we forgot to get it validated. We did not pay $125 though. As we were leaving after we watched that light show, we were walking out to the car and it hit us. We forgot. So back in the elevator, back up we go. Went straight to the hostess, said, "Hey, listen, we forgot to get it validated." She goes, "Oh, do you have your receipt?" No, I threw it away. It's all reminiscence of planes, trains, and automobiles suddenly. But luckily it wasn't that bad. She goes, "Oh, don't worry. I remember you guys. Let me go get your server." She went to him, basically got a reprint of the receipt, because I guess you need that with the original parking ticket. And she said, "Hey, take this down to the valet stand and they'll take care of you." So very nice. I wish I could remember her name, but she was very helpful. Appreciated that. We went back down, went outside, went to the valet stand. The girl there took both. She said, "Hey, I need to keep your receipt. Is that okay?" Which at this point, as long as it validates the parking, I didn't care. I assume if you needed a copy of it for any reason, they could have made you a copy or something. But I said, "Yeah, take it." She stapled it with something else. She gave me my original ticket back, and then she gave me a new ticket, and she was explicit. Scan my original ticket first, and then scan the other one, and the gate will open. Okay, no problem. When we got to our car, we got in line of cars to get out. It seemed to be taking a long time. Once I finally got around the curve, and I could see, here's the problem. People were scanning their first ticket, and then sort of waiting. I assume they were waiting to hear some acknowledgement or something, a beep, a sound, indication, hey, scan your next ticket. There was none of that, and then it seemed like if you wait too long and you try to scan the other one, now it's trying to scan the first ticket again, and it's too late. So people were having to push the call button. That literally happened to 3 cars in front of us, all 3 cars. So when I got up there, I was like, oh, forget this. Gonna scan this as quickly as possible. So scan, gate open. Voila. So if you're going to visit, just keep that in mind. I assume they will fix that at some point. I'm sure they get tired of getting calls literally every 30 seconds. People trying to get out, and obviously the patrons are going to get tired of that too. So hopefully they fix it. But as of now, just keep that in mind. One, make sure you get it validated, and two, just scan those tickets real quick. But we didn't have any problem getting out. It was really easy. In fact, on that note, we didn't have a problem getting in. Super easy to drive around this place. Being brand new, there's literally new roadways in this whole area. So not just like the hotel roadways, but surface streets leading up to it. They're actually brand new. So it was great. It was kind of weirdly empty when we were there. I don't know if it's just because we were there on a Tuesday evening or what, but regardless, really, really easy to get around, which, always makes it easier, right? We appreciate that. So we had a great time. I didn't film every little detail, but we loved our drinks. We loved the food. We had a great time sitting up there. We were there probably a little over an hour, and that was on purpose to try to see more of the lights in the park as the sun set. Because we got there, I think our reservation was 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30, and it doesn't really get dark till about 8:30, 8:45. So we kind of tried to stretch it out a little bit, but we had a great time. The only thing I'll say is they are definitely charging for this place. I think each drink was close to $20, as you guys saw on the menu, and each appetizer thing we got was just about $20. So this was not a cheap outing. For sure, but we really wanted to go see it, and obviously this is not a place that we're going to just go to all the time, but for those that are coming into town and maybe visiting or local, whatever, just be prepared, right? Be prepared for that. It's not, not some place that you're going to go and have a bunch of drinks, I don't think. At least we aren't. Other than that, we would definitely come back though. Just save it for something special for us. Make it worthwhile. Otherwise, yeah, it was great. And like I said, we can't wait to go to Epic Universe sometime. We don't have any plans just yet, but we will. We definitely want to. So stay tuned for that. And I think that'll wrap it on this one. So we appreciate you guys watching as always. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do so. We appreciate it, and hit that like button if you like the content. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.